All right, what's up? Welcome back to the Timeline Podcast. Today we got a special guest in the building. It's Toonz.
What's good, y'all? I'm Toonz, aka the Monster, aka your baby mama favorite baby daddy. So, I appreciate everybody having me out and shit. Appreciate you having me on your podcast and shit, bro.
For sure, it's good to have you here, man. You know, YouTube would be stingy with 15 minutes, so we gonna hop right into this shit. So, how long you been in the music? How long you been rapping?
I've been rapping since my 9th grade year.
Okay.
I've been recording myself since 9th grade. I've been recording myself since 8th grade, 9th grade. So, and then I've been recording professionally at a studio since, I want to say 11th grade, if I remember correctly.
Okay. When you drop your first song?
I dropped my first song. I was dropping my first song. I want to say 8th grade, 9th grade. I was dropping that shit on Facebook. So that's when Facebook was popping and shit like that, bro.
When it was the only game.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only shit.
You can make your own groups and shit like that. You can make your own like fan page and shit like that. So I made like my own little fan page and shit like that. And then I was just dropping music on there. I was dropping music that I was recording. I was all OG niggas know that Audacity was the recording tool back then. So I got my own little studio equipment for Christmas, and then I started recording myself and dropping my shit in video form on Facebook and shit like that.
All right, so you've been doing music for a long time. How did you know like music was your thing?
I guess it's just always been a part of me. It's just something that just clicked when I started doing it. Like, so I always, like, since I was a kid, I used to always like music. Like, my pops used to tell me when I was younger, and he used to watch me at the crib while my mom was at work and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He would just like Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg, shit like that. And I'd just be chilling and shit. And then my mom would come home. He had to turn the music off, so then I'd start crying and shit. My mom used to always talk about how my mama used to always think something was wrong with me because she'd come home and he'd turn the music off and I'd just get to howling and shit. So it's just always been a part of me. Then when I was younger, you know, niggas used to freestyle on the bus to school or the bus to games and shit like that, just making those stupid ass raps. And then middle school niggas was freestyling at the lunch table and shit like that. So then one day I was like, bro, I might as well just start writing and recording my own stuff. And then throughout middle school, I was just like, I always watched the behind the scenes shit, like behind the music. One of my favorite shits to watch was Lil Wayne, the Nino Brown stories on Nino Brown 1 and 2. He still owe me Nino Brown 3. I say that every time I go into the interview, I'm still expecting that shit. So then I was just watching that shit, bro, and it just inspired me to rap, for real. So then after that, I just kept on getting better. That was another thing, like, I kept on getting better.
I didn't peep that. I was going through shit today, like,
yeah,
like you got a lot of music out, low key, like hella, and you could see the growth if you look at the older shit, and you see, like, you could really peep how long you've been doing music.
So even with that, like, and I kept on getting opportunities that allowed me to progress. So that's another thing, like, sometimes it's just like the universe speaks to you and shit like that. So I just took it like every step that I got and shit like that, or every opportunity that I kept on getting. That's another means for me to keep going. Even if it's like not as big, you feel me? Even if it's like the little small shit.
Yeah, I've been telling myself that same shit. Like, everything that's coming to me, I'm taking. Like, it ain't bad, it's good then. Like, I'm just taking everything in, and like some gonna click. Like, and it's just gonna pop like that. Doing what I want to do. That shit is big. So the name Toonz, you had that the whole time you was rapping?
No, so when I was younger, my name used to be, it went from JT to JT Money to J Money, back to JT, and then I just decided to go with Toonz.
Okay. That's what's up. So who you feel like the rappers your dad was listening to influenced you the most in music? Or
so in terms of like, I want to say like worth ethic and being remembered, yeah, and then definitely in ways that in certain, like my style now, Like I would definitely say like Snoop Dogg, the way how his beats are always smooth.
Yeah.
Him, Outkast, and even Biggie, that for sure taught me like, you know what I'm saying, that's something that always like I always like, so I always like my beats to be
Smooth ass
like,
cruising beats.
Smooth and like the player shit. So I always aim for beats that's like that. And I feel like I could just talk my shit on. And then even with Tupac was just always versatile. And then growing up, like I said, my favorite rapper was Lil Wayne. So then with Wayne was going harder than anybody, bro. Like at his time, he was doing fucking features with everybody. He was traveling. He always was dropping music. Like niggas used to complain about Wayne dropping music back to back, but that's what niggas do now. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. Like when it comes to that, Wayne started a lot of shit that go on. Like I know we say like Thug birthed a lot of niggas because he did, and Future birthed a lot of niggas because he did. But when you look at it, them niggas got their style from Wayne. And had nobody deny that. Even Thug, when he came out, he was saying he got his style from Wayne because Wayne was his favorite rapper. And that's why I was telling niggas, like, used to complain about Thug. I'm like, bro, it's the same shit Wayne used to do, bro. The same shit Wayne do. It was all, and then when niggas started like, I'm like, bro, this is the same shit y'all used to complain about Wayne doing. I remember being in high school, niggas was mad because Wayne wanted to do rock. Now niggas do all types of beats. Now niggas got hella guitars. You know what I'm saying?
Sada just dropped Kevin Rudolph and shit.
Yeah, Sada just dropped the his off his new tape, and he got the song what was that? I want to say it's in Linkin Park, the band. But the beat he got on there, it's a rock sample, bro. That just show you like niggas that's just not afraid to do what they want and try new shit. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it be good or bad. Cause even then, like Wayne didn't know how to sing, but he still attempted. Like even on his shit, like with Rebirth, like on that, like you know what I'm saying, he attempted to sing, he attempted to write shit, and it turned out good for him because he was, you know what I'm saying, learning. He had people like producers and shit, engineers. That's why it's another thing, bro. You gotta, and that's what I learned from watching the behind the scenes shit. So niggas that lets you see like the behind the scenes shit and the work that go into being in the studio too, that's something that influenced me. That's why I do my web series and shit, because I want niggas to see like the process that I take and to see that like this not just like you know what I'm saying, this not just like a one day thing or shit like that niggas might make you see like it is. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like shit.
Yeah. So the web series, I was gonna ask you about that. So that's you going through your journey.
Basically, yeah. So what I'm doing is I always talk to Specs, I'll talk to Marley, and I'll just throw them my ideas about how I want to keep content on my Instagram page, on my YouTube, my Twitter, and shit like that. So with Instagram, you know, you got the IGTV. So now with my tapes, I'm starting to put so much behind the scenes work into it, like making beats from scratch, trying new shit with the auto-tune.
So you make your own beats?
So basically me and Ant will sit down, like now I'll find a sample, I'll find like a loop of one instrument or a melody or some shit like that. I'll take it to Anton. Me and Anton will sit there and Anton will start making a beat and I'll start rapping what I got. And so now he making a beat to what I got. So now when I go in the studio, it's like that beat, the beat is 100% made for me. And I learned that from Future. If you watch Future's studio interviews, he told you like how him and Esco will be in the studio and he'll like, they'll make the beat, he'll be rapping and he'll find the melody, or Esco will be making the beat or some shit like that. And then, damn, I'm just forgetting dog name. Not Esco, but the young nigga that make his beats.
Shit. Metro Boomin.
Yeah, Metro Boomin. You know what I'm saying? Him and Metro will be making the beats, and Metro will be making it to, you know what I'm saying? He'll rap what he got, some shit like that. And Metro making it, he'll go on there, they'll play with it and decide, oh shit, bro, maybe I should put this verse here, or maybe I should put that verse there. So I'm like, all right, bro. Because when you think about it, that's another thing. You could tell a lot of times when the beats is tailor-made, like when the beat sound like the voice, or sound like it's done exactly to the cadence, like the beat was made to the voice, not the voice was made to the beat. And that's another thing that lets you get 100% control. So now it's like whatever you got, bro, as long as you got a cadence to it and you got what you want roughly, you get the right producer, the right engineer, they'll be able to make you some type of beat to your shit, and it's gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? So you won't have to worry too much about trying to adapt to the beat. The beat's gonna get up to your voice and what you want.
So you got any producers like that you done came up with, or do you got like a few that you fuck with?
Right now, the niggas that I fuck with for real is Anton, the producer, Derek Shorter, and then some couple niggas that I met on YouTube and shit like that I actually bought beats. So like I actually buy my beats. So every tape from from Dumbass Part 1 till now, I have had track outs. So I've had 100% bought that shit. So I got rights to put on YouTube, to fuck with all the instrumentals and the beat and shit like that, and make sure everything sound real official for when I drop it.
That's for sure. Yeah, all of your shit do sound real official. I listened to a lot of it today. Like, it all sound professionally produced. And it's all, like, it's no real sound mistakes.
Yeah, bro, because we spend, now, shit, bro, it's to the point where now I'm staying a minimum of 3 hours in the studio now.
I was just about to ask that. You done dropped, like, what, 3 EPs this year?
Yeah.
Already? How often are you in the studio?
Shit, I'm gonna say I'm at least in the studio probably like 3 to 4 times a month. For real.
It is 3 hour stretches each time?
Yeah, it's between 2 and 3 hour stretches. Like now it's progressing to the point that now I'm starting to take 3 hours just because we making beats from scratch and shit like that and the new shit that I wanna try. And it just allow enough time for niggas to get in their element and to try new things. But if everything, like say I just got a beat say I just bought a beat type shit, then I'm doing 2 hours. Cause then I'll probably knock out the rough draft of that and then edit whatever I got. Like so the studio session now I'm about to go to. I'm about to give some of y'all niggas the sauce. I'm about to go finish working on a song for the promo that I'm dropping Monday. So the promo that's dropping Monday, the song that's gonna be under the audio for that is gonna be the rough version. But it's good enough for me to drop a promo with it. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna get the track outs from Derek. He gonna shoot me up, and then I'm gonna have Ant mix the whole beat. And with the track outs is every individual instrumental in that beat. So that way I can edit it how I want to.
Okay, so when you drop the promo, the record, it's not done yet.
So no, the record, the only thing that's not done is just not track out done. But it's MP3 mixed. Like my audio, like my verse and everything on there is everything that I wanted to say on there is mixed. You know what I'm saying? It's mixed roughly. Like when me and Ant go on there before we leave, when he give me a rough draft, he'll give me a rough draft that's good enough for me to drop for real. Like if I got the whole thing done and it's that rough on there, I could drop it on SoundCloud and niggas will still think it sound decent. But for me to want to drop it on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit, I wanted to make sure it's track out mastered just because I wanted to have that official sound and the shit that Ant can do producer-wise, engineer-wise with the beat that he won't be able to do with just the MP3